There it is. I just got the notification.
Okay, cool. All right. Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to another Around 30 Minutes today. This is my second. And this is just where we get to know people out in the community and have a wonderful time. And as always, I have a special guest. And tonight I'm joining me is Mr. Eric B. Jodeci, as I call him. Because, if you don't know, if you go to the Hangouts, when it shows his picture, when he speaks and everything, he's got this, nice profile shot. Like it's like I don't know, it just looks professional. And I just look like Jodeci for some reason. I was like, every time we always talk, you look like Jodeci. So, man, how you doing? And thank you very much for joining me on my little show tonight.
I'm doing good, man. I actually just turned it off so they could see what you were talking about, so they could see
Yeah, exactly.
so they could see the reference. But I'm doing good, man. Thanks for having me on.
Very nice, thank you. And what was that shot for? What was that shot for actually?
So back in early 2000s,
Oh,
there
okay.
was I know I haven't changed much, right? Back in early 2000s, Puffy, P Diddy, was actually doing giving out a modeling gig, man. So I took some
Oh,
headshots and everything and submitted them on Twitter, and that's what that was for.
okay, gotcha. Man, you
Yeah,
just
man.
can go to the remake all that stuff, man.
I thought I told you that we won't stop.
Yeah, you can go in those big old puffy jackets, man. Nice,
Oh,
very
hold on,
nice.
I wanted the shiny suit, bro.
Oh, who doesn't? Who doesn't? You and Mace, man. Come on now. Anyways, that's some good old stuff. So, first question I always ask, and is everything. So, what do you collect?
So primarily, I collect masterpiece scale transformers, whether it be third party or
Hmm.
Takara. That's primarily what I collect. I do have some 25th anniversary GI Joes,
Hmm.
which is the second thing I want to finish once I'm done with my masterpiece collection. And then I just got out of Marvel Legends. I
Hmm.
collected the X-Men only, and that was pretty
Okay.
much it. So like I focused on the '90s X-Men, and that was pretty much it. But I just got out of those. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
You just no room, or just you just didn't feel like you liked them as much as you used to.
Yeah, after and somebody told me this was going to happen. After you kind of mess with a figure arts figure,
Oh,
and
okay.
you notice the articulation with that, and then you see a Marvel Legends after the fact, and you're like, maybe there's
Yeah.
something a little better. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a different. I mean, I don't have as HS figure arts. They're around what 60 to 100 sometimes,
Yep.
I guess, give or take.
Hmm.
And then $20. You would not expect them to be as articulated as a $60 to $100 figure. I think. So.
Yeah, I mean, they were still good. Don't get me wrong. Like the Marvel Legends were still good. They were coming
Hmm.
out with what I like more, like the Tiger Stripe, Wolverine, and
Gotcha.
Sabretooth and stuff like that. It's just eh, my passion wasn't really there for it,
Oh
even
yeah.
though like I love the X-Men, and that's
Hmm.
primarily, like I said, that's all I collect. But I'd rather focus on finishing my masterpiece collection and then move on to something else.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, priorities. That's
Yeah,
understandable. That's
yeah,
understandable.
man.
Okay.
Yep.
So, another question is, why do you collect? Have you always collected like as a kid? Through your going through your teenage life and through your adult life and everything. I'm sure you probably took a break, just like mostly everybody does. It kicks back up when you're adult, when you can actually afford the stuff
Mhm.
and everything. So, have you always collected, and why do you think you collect?
So as a kid, man, I never really collected.
Yeah.
As a kid, I never understood collecting. I just
Hmm.
played with everything.
Yeah.
We couldn't afford Transformers as a kid, so I had a few GoBots. And when I actually had my first Transformer, it was something that my mom just found on the way home from work one day, and none of the kids in the neighborhood claimed it. She couldn't figure out whose toy it was, so she gave it back to me.
Okay.
So yeah, and it was Cup actually from G1. So
Oh, nice.
um, and then from there, like I grabbed like a few G2 toys. My mom for Christmas bought me the G2 Optimus with the water squirt technology, that thing, and then
Mm-hmm.
Megatron. But then when I got older, and I was working at GameStop at the time, I was an ASM, and when the MP01 mode for Optimus Prime came out,
Mm-hmm.
I was sold. I didn't even know that they had multiple offerings until I got to looking on eBay and stuff like that. So then
Hmm.
you see rumblings of a what was it, Starscream, and then you see Megatron, and then from there I was sold, man. So after that, that was it, and I have been collecting since then, really.
Okay.
Yep, I picked up a few GI Joes here and there,
Yeah.
a couple Street Fighter crossover GI Joes and stuff like that. But yeah, that was it.
Nice. So, it was it when you saw the MPO one, it just brought you back to your childhood, like this is what I saw as a kid, or I wanted as a kid, and everything. Is that what brought you, drew you back into it?
Yeah. So one, it was that uh, I saw the placard, and I'm like, man, like this truck is dope. And then they were talking about what was in it. So like it was diecast, and I'm like, man, like as a kid, this was diecast.
Hmm.
And then they had the battle damage, the Matrix, like the whole packaging they showed me was amazing.
Yeah.
So it brought me back to my childhood of something that I couldn't buy. And then as I got older, I'm like, yeah, man, like I gotta get this. One, I this work here, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
And then two, just the packaging and everything was very nostalgic, and it had the little battle damage area where he took the shot from Megatron. So it was like,
Hmm.
man, like this is it.
Yeah.
This is it.
This is my childhood. Yeah.
Yeah.
And speaking of GoBots, my mom used to buy me GoBots, playing them off as Transformers because they were cheaper. They were like $2-3.
Dude,
So I
dirt
had tons
cheap.
of GoBots.
Yeah,
Didn't know any
man.
difference. But it's fine. It's fine. Cool.
Yeah, man.
So, who is your favorite character in Transformers, or any other line you like, and
Yeah.
why is that your favorite character?
So this is not popular at all, but I am a huge Hot Rod fan. Rodimus Prime, huge. I mean the '86 movie was phenomenal to me, and I fell in love with the character then
Hmm.
because he was always that guy who was trying to help, trying to figure it out. And he was resilient. And then on the cartoon, as I got older, I related more to his questioning his leadership abilities. Like he's felt like he was in this position and he can never live up to the
Hmm.
hype of being
Yeah.
a good leader. However, he tried his best, and he punked out at times, but who didn't? You know what I mean? So like I really resonated with that character. He showed weakness, and as a human, I thought like that's probably the most human robot I had ever seen.
Oh,
So yeah, I
okay.
thought it was pretty dope.
Nicely put. Nicely put. I have nothing. I mean, whatever. Everybody says they got Optimus killed and everything. I don't know. I just wish Optimus would have just shut the hell up and just shot Megatron. Stop
Facts.
talking. We know we had to get the speech, and everything. It's just like, stop talking. And he didn't. But that's another topic. But anyways, cool.
Yeah.
That's a great explanation. So,
Thanks, man.
all right. So you are head of a new, well, not a new kind of a group. It's a Masterpiece Transformers Photography
Yep.
and everything.
Yep.
And you just made me admin. I thank you very much. I've
Oh man,
never
no
been an
problem.
admin of one, and I'm excited. So it's really cool.
Yeah,
So,
man.
how long have you been taking photographs, and what got you into doing photographs?
So I've been doing photography for about 5 years now.
Oh,
Um,
okay, nice.
I'm not of toys though. Like I'm a guy who likes to take very abstract pictures or whatever. I'm more of an objects type of guy.
Okay.
People can be difficult. Kids can be
Yeah.
difficult.
Yeah.
So I went with the things that like architecture and stuff
Hmm.
like that. And in high school, I wanted to be an architect. But then I realized engineers make more money, so I went to school for
Yeah.
engineering.
Exactly.
But my passion was that, so I still did. I still did that, taking pictures of buildings and things of that sort, and trying to get sculptures and stuff in there. And then when I started collecting again, that's when I started taking pictures of like figures and
Hmm.
transformers and stuff like that. But I wasn't really good at it. I mean, you see some people. I'll give you an example. Like Kuma does a
Yes.
great job.
Yes.
And you see stuff like that, and you're like, man, like I want to do that one day. And so Deshaun and I was talking. I actually started the group with him. It was his idea, and he almost killed it. He was like, man, like people don't listen. I don't know. They're already messing it up. Yada yada
Yeah.
yada. And I was like, look, man, make me an admin. Let's do this right. Let's recreate the group from scratch. And he posted tips and tricks and stuff like that, and that was what the whole group was about. Just posting your photography, posting tips and tricks
Mhm.
to help other people gain knowledge, and let's just have fun with it, man. And yeah, we just took off from there. So for about 5 years, I've been taking pictures, but a figures maybe about a year.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you got to work with what you got. I work with. I mean, I have a hundred, under $100 setup. I use
Hmm.
my phone, and you just got to touch it up a little bit. And you just got to work with what you got. I wish I could, like you said, Kuma. You got Decepticon. You got a lot
Hmm.
of talented people out there. But they got $4,000 or $5,000 cameras. I don't have that. I
Right, 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 right.
just don't. So you just got to work with what you got to work with. T-Man 978. It is the Transformers. I'm sorry, Masterpiece Transformers Photography. It's a good group. I'm an admin now, and Eric, he runs it and everything. So and I think, did you get your boy's coming back? Is he? I see him in there once in a while. Is he still doing it or?
Yeah, so he's like I had posted in the group, he's focusing on getting his other group off the ground.
Mhm.
It's primarily like a black collectors group or whatever. We
Okay.
had ran into a couple of things where we had a couple of people just kind of give us some racist things. So
Mhm.
he felt there was a need to have our own type of deal, which was cool.
Yeah.
And he's focusing on getting that off the ground,
Okay.
which is really, really his focus and his passion. So he's there to help out as needed. And yeah, so he's in there as an admin, but like
Yeah.
he's really just there to help out and as needed. And he had a couple photos that he had stored that I needed him to upload back onto
Yeah.
there.
And by the way, his stuff is really good too.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love watching. I follow him on Facebook. And Facebook, and I follow him on Instagram too. So
Yep. Yep. He
really
used
good.
to have the store TF16. So Deshaun Scott was his name, but shout out to DS Icons.
Yeah, yeah,
That's his photography site. Yeah.
really good. Like I said, there's a ton of people, and the group is really fun. It's really nice. You can ask anybody. Like I've said, I try to promote it, and everything. And if you have issues, just pick somebody's brain. Especially some of the really talented people out there, and they will
Hmm.
definitely help. There's no hate towards anybody. Like you're just a newcomer and all that stuff. We're all the
Yep.
same, and it's a really good group. So I think really I would like it to grow. And there's a lot of really great photographers out there and everything. So
Yeah, man.
new
And
masterpiece.
just to piggyback on that, yep, yep, masterpiece only facts. But just to piggyback on that, with you guys coming aboard and promoting, man, we have seen some number increases, so we
Mhm.
appreciate that.
Yep.
Jason Lowry's an admin now.
Yeah.
You're an
Jose.
admin,
Yep.
Jose Diaz. Shout out to Herrick and BX.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good.
so we appreciate it. I appreciate it for sure. We got stale for a little bit, but I had a lot going on. Deshaun had a lot going on, and we
Oh yeah.
couldn't promote it the way we wanted to. So we appreciate you guys helping us out.
No problem, man. Life happens. Life issues. You got to be adult sometimes. So
Yeah, man.
all right. All right. So here's a little segment where I like to do, your last. So, and like I always say, I don't want anything bad happening to anybody. If you could have one last meal, what would that last meal be?
Ooh, ooh. I'm really a steak fan. Like I love steak,
Nice.
so it'll be a probably like a 10-ounce filet mignon. Well, I'm eating better now, so I'll
Yeah.
I'll settle for a 6-ounce filet mignon, loaded baked potato, no sour cream, just a little butter, salt, and pepper.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good choice. Very good choice. So, if are you a cereal person, and do you have a favorite cereal that you like that's your go-to cereal?
Yeah, so I love cereal.
Nice.
Cutting down on milk a little bit.
Yeah.
So now like there's almond milk and it doesn't taste good with everything. However, my favorite cereal is Fruity Pebbles or Pebbles. Either one. You
Okay.
give me a box, I'm probably gonna eat the whole box, which is why I don't buy it often.
Exactly. I mean, and it changes the milk to the fruity color and everything. That's really good. Very
Exactly.
nice. Very nice. That's cool. Okay. And so what is your, like, if you're flipping through the TV, watching TV and all that stuff, what is a go-to movie that you'll never get sick of, and it's one of your favorites? Like if you were on I guess, an island or something, what is the one movie that you would want to take?
Oh, that's tough because I
I
got two
know.
that it
There's so
never
many.
it never stopped. Like these two movies. Okay, I'm gonna go with Pulp Fiction, but I got an honorable mention.
Okay.
Goodfellas is my
Ooh,
Goodfellas
nice.
is my honorable mention.
Nice.
Um, so either one of those, but the way that Pulp Fiction did their movie
Hmm.
as chopping it up, giving you different aspects, and then bringing it all together.
Yeah.
That I had never seen that because I hadn't seen Reservoir Dogs yet.
Okay.
So I thought it was a phenomenal movie, and Samuel L. Jackson is one of my favorite actors. He's a funny guy, and even when he
Yeah.
ain't trying to be funny, he's funny. So pretty
Yeah.
good.
That is true. That's true. A good choice. Yeah, the Goodfellas and everything. That's a really. I think that was actually. I just watched that a couple days ago. It was on Stars or something, Showtime or whatever. So
It's a
yeah,
classic. It's a classic, man.
that and Casino. I really both of
Oh
them are.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
some really good ones. Patriot Prime goes. If your last meal, why eat healthy? That is true. You know, you go for the 10 ounce. Just go for the 10 ounce, man.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I might as well do it, right?
Exactly.
Get the green beans. I won't even add green beans. Just go ahead and do it.
So, and the last one for this is if you could see one last concert and it'd be your last concert you ever see, who would that be?
Oh, dead or alive?
Yeah, it don't matter. Dead or alive, it doesn't matter.
It would have been Michael Jackson,
Okay.
hands down. Hands down. I hate that the wife and I never got a chance to see him perform live.
Hmm.
He's my all-time favorite performer. I want an SH figure where Michael Jackson.
Nice.
Like I
Yeah.
want one so bad. That guy, like from when I was a kid, has touched my life musically so much
Hmm.
that if I saw him in concert, I'd be satisfied and wouldn't have to see anybody else.
I always pick up Prince. I would, like you said, you didn't never got to see Michael Jackson.
Hmm.
I hate myself that I never got to see Prince. I had to, well, I had a chance to, but well, I didn't. I really had a chance, but he came to Little Rock a couple of times, and it always sold out. I never got a chance to go see him, and I was like, oh, hell, he'll be around. I'll come, I'll come see him. And
Yeah,
when he passed away, and I was like, oh gosh, but yeah.
gone too soon, man.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Craig Robbins said Mr. Craig said, "Sorry to hear about your knee. He hopes you're doing good, man."
That's my dog, Craig. Thanks, man.
That's a good
Appreciate
dude.
that.
That's a good dude. He's a really good guy. Okay, all right, one more. Let's go. So if you had to stop collecting, I don't want, like I said, nothing bad. If you had to stop collecting, would you be satisfied with your collection as it is right now? And if you started over, would you start over? Would you collect a different way than you are now?
Ooh. Um. So this has happened to me once already. Um. hmm. So would I collect a different wave? No, I wouldn't collect a different wave. Um. Am I satisfied with where I'm at now? No, I wouldn't be because I'm a completionist.
Okay.
And I have literally almost every figure represented that's of note. There's some that haven't been made yet. So, you know, in that sense, I guess I can say I would be satisfied if they didn't make it because it's not really my fault. Like I didn't have opportunity to go get it.
Right.
But no, because this has happened to me before, and I still went back and collected masterpiece. I got rid of all my movie line, my Bayverse, and the few little chugs that I did have.
Yeah.
I never went back for that, but I stuck with the masterpiece.
Now, have you got into would you ever think about getting into the Legends game?
Yes, I'm very close, actually. I'm very close
Yes.
because I do feel like they make better Deathbots, but the toys are just fun to mess with.
Oh yeah.
I messed with JD brought Harry, which is I think Prowl,
Yeah.
to
Wonderful. Wonderful.
yep, to Lowry's wedding, and got a chance to mess with that. That thing was phenomenal. So, um, I'm really interested in Legends.
Nice. Well, so would you go for the kind of the G1 look, or would you want to go the stylized like the Iron Factory?
G1,
Magic
G1, as close.
Square.
Yep, Magic Square, New Age. I'm a G1 tune kind of guy. I'm tuned over everything.
Okay.
But I think they would fit better with like the Fort Max or the Metroplex
Yeah.
and
That's
all
it.
the city bots.
A lot of people, when I've asked that question, they would say that they would go back and just collect city bots and the legends, and
Mm,
go that way. So that would be pretty cool. I think that'd be
yeah, I mean you'd be pretty much done almost at this point the way they're popping them out,
exactly,
right?
especially legends. Well, I think by the year 2020 we'll be done. Legends will have a complete G1 cast. With season one, two, and three. I guarantee you.
That's crazy.
I know. It's weird. So weird because they're pumping. I mean, Magic Square's pumping out stuff. Iron Factory's pumping out stuff. DX9 still pumping out stuff. Hasbro, if you want to throw Hasbro in there, I think they put a lot of love towards their legend. So you can throw in them and everything. So
Yep, yep, yep,
man,
yep, yep. Iron Factory. Yeah, that's
yep,
crazy.
exactly, exactly. Okay, so do you think that you will ever stop collecting?
Mm, yep. I think there, I think there does come a point where, because like I said, I'm a completionist, that it will be over at some point.
Yeah.
Um, right now, I'm kind of doubling up, so it kind of keeps me in the game. I'm doing the just one type of collecting, one for each mode.
Okay. Yeah.
Um, so I'm kind of doing that now, but even that comes to an end, right?
Yeah.
That comes to if even if you don't double up with the same figure, which I try not to. I
Hmm.
want to do something separate. I mean, there's only so many bots you can make because that series is over with.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's it. Even with GI Joe, like there's only so many you can get, and then that's it. I mean, I want to get Thundercats, of like the classics
Hmm.
Thundercats,
Yeah.
and they only made so many of those. So like that's it.
Yeah, and I feel bad for like that with Thundercats. I think a lot of people went in on the Thundercats and they just stopped or something and everything. And they're just like, God, I only got like two or three pieces, or how many ever the pieces they made, and they're like, okay, what do I do now? Do I just keep it like this and wait for them to come back, or
Yeah,
do I just be satisfied with what I got? And everything.
right. I mean, Motu is pretty good though if you want to do like Masters of the Universe, which I'm also interested in. It's just
Me
it's
too.
so many. It's
Hmm.
so many.
Yeah. Me too. Like I've said before, if I could start another collection without my wife beating me or kicking me out, I would definitely start a Master of the Universe.
Yeah, yeah, man.
So
Yep, yep.
awesome. That is awesome. Um, do you? So if you own a third party company, what would be your first release, and what scale would that? More likely probably masterpiece, but what scale would it be?
Oh wow. Yeah, definitely be masterpiece. Um, no, you know what? I take that back. Because when you're owning a business, you got to think the long term. The long game is to be profitable, right, and
Yeah.
stay in it.
Mhm.
So I would go Legends.
Okay.
Um, there's a lot of companies coming into it, but they're easier to make. It seems like, and they're quicker to sell. I mean, these things sell out faster
Oh
than
yeah.
masterpiece,
Hmm.
and I know some of it is because it's new, but they're really good.
Hmm.
And people are buying those things up. So I would go into that, and the first one I would make would be a Unicron because no one has yet.
Oh, nice pick. Yes. Nice. So, man, I wonder what size would that be? Because we got the Iron Factory had they put out the Bruticus, and
Hmm.
it's a good size. I wonder what size Unicron would be. So Unicron would probably be like I want to say maybe a Voyager size. You ever
He
maybe a
would have
Voyager
to
size?
be if you're messing with your city bots and putting those in with it. He would have to be slightly larger than them,
Huh?
slightly, because he's a planet eating planet.
Yeah, yeah, that is true. Yeah,
So
Unicron would be good.
yeah, that would be dope. So I figure off the wall type of pick, probably do that and make it come with a Legends release, like a
Yeah.
Galvatron.
Okay.
Have it come with a
Oh,
Galvatron.
yeah, that would be. Yeah, that's a good choice. I didn't even think about that because I've always thought, when they did the barge, with the Star Wars thing, the you had to pay for it, whatever, or crowdfund it and everything. I've always thought if they went the Transformer way, they would do a crowdfund for a Unicron, like a huge Unicron.
That thing would sell
Yeah. Oh,
easily,
I know. Yeah, I think it would too.
easily.
Yeah, I think. And T-Man said about 4 foot, so oof, that'd be almost as tall as me. I'm short, so that would be so. I don't know where I would put that. I could scare the crap out of my wife. I know that. Just put it in her bath or put it in the shower or whatever while she's in. And
Yeah.
speaking of wife, what does your wife think of you collecting? Does she collect? I mean, is she a collector of anything?
No, she's not. So it's twofold, man. She's been very supportive. I
Okay.
remember when we first started dating, and I was like, "Hey, I just want to let you know I collect," and she was like, "Okay, it could be worse. You could be out there
Yeah.
selling drugs. You could be
Yeah.
killing people, robbing people."
Yeah.
So she's been supportive. Her thing is just making sure we stay responsible. That's all.
Oh, yeah.
As long as the bills get paid, she's typically okay.
Yeah.
If there's a trip she wants to take, and collecting gets in the way of that, that's the only time she'd have a problem. So
Yeah.
she's pretty good and supportive of my hobby.
Okay.
She's been right there with us. She came to her first TFCon last year.
Yeah.
Actually, Reston, she bought that TFCon ticket and hotel for my birthday.
Oh,
So,
nice.
if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have never gone to Reston, which means I would have never met the Realm and never
Yeah.
got a chance to meet you, Deluxe. So,
Yeah,
yeah, man.
exactly. And my wife's exactly the same, man. So hopefully they'll get to meet in Richmond because she's coming with me also. So
Yeah, man.
totally, she doesn't collect anything, but she supports it, and just as long as everything gets paid, it's whatever. It's cool. Yeah, but the
Yep.
long stuff don't get in the way. That's cool.
That's the
Awesome.
biggest
That's
thing.
cool. So, so how do you? So we'll talk about displaying your collection. How do you display your collection? Do you use detops, or using bookshelves, or billies, or anything? And what would be a perfect setup for you as far as your, setting up your collection as far as displays?
So the basement is where I want everything to go.
Okay.
We moved into this house and it is not a finished basement. Before, when we were in the apartment, the second bedroom is where I displayed all my stuff, and I used bookshelves and even the entertainment center.
Okay.
So that's what I used before. Right now, because my wife wants them kind of like out of the way, that's her only thing. Like, I don't mind you having them. I don't mind you having them out every now and then or whatever, but just make sure like they're in one concentrated place. So we
Okay.
have a guest room that has a bedroom and everything in it, but the closet has shelves on it.
Oh, okay.
It's a like almost like a walk-in closet, but
Yeah.
like the ones with the sliding doors or whatever. They have shelves
Gotcha.
and everything, and that's where they are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. T-Man asked, do you have to ever sneak anything in the house?
Uh, I used to think so.
That means yes, he does. He had to go.
I used
If you had to, if I would have saw you look around and make sure she's not around, then yeah, definitely you had to stick something in. Come on, man. I try.
um
I'm sorry. Go on. I'm sorry.
no, there was that's a good question. There was one point where there was something that I was like, man, I probably shouldn't take this in because we just got into an issue. But it was totally fine. And this was so long ago that
Mhm.
we were living in an apartment at the time. And we've been in our house for almost 5 years now. So it's been over 5 years ago
Okay.
when that happened. But yeah, it's happened, but no, I don't. And I intentionally send stuff to work though, just to make sure it doesn't get stolen off my porch because of the way my porch is set up.
Yeah.
But it's yeah, I've never had a problem with that.
It's a damn shame that you can't. I mean, you can't even trust people around that your area that somebody's going to steal off everything. And I wonder how they feel whenever they if, when they if, have you ever had anything taken off of your?
Once out of my entire time being here, and it was just this last Christmas, they stole my wife's
Oh,
box that had her Michelle Obama book in it. So, Merry Christmas. You probably need the inspiration. Here you
exactly.
go.
Assholes. God, that's. I was just say, if you've had any of your Transformers taken away, I wonder how they would feel when they open and be like, "What the hell is this? What am I gonna do with this? It's a big toy." I'm like, jokes on you, stupid. But yeah, it's my area. I don't really have an issue. My front porch is kind of secluded. It's like I got a lot of stuff around it, like lots of plants and everything. So I usually don't have a normal. I've not heard very much about people taking stuff around this area, but I've heard people in Facebook groups complaining about that and everything. That really
Hmm.
sucks. It really
Yeah.
does suck. Everything
Yeah,
sucks.
man. Yep, absolutely.
All right. So if someone gave you $1,000 right now, would you be responsible and pay bills, or would you buy, Transformers?
If someone gave me $1,000 right now,
Mhm.
yeah, I definitely probably pay bills with it right now. Somebody just gave it to me.
Okay. Nice. You wouldn't take a little bit out of that and
Well, we got a trip to TFCon coming up, right? So, like,
yeah,
I gotta make sure everything's all taken care of.
yeah. Okay, that's it. Yeah, I would just put the money towards the trip and just because like well for TFCon, and you've been to TFCon and everything, it's mainly about the people. It's not you can find the Transformers anywhere, anytime online, or in stores, whatever you want. So now I just go just to see people and everything. That's what I go to TFCon for.
Yeah, man. Yep. Absolutely. It'd be like it's it really is a cool time hanging out with everybody.
Hmm.
It's a phenomenal time,
Oh
and
yeah,
but there's some stuff coming out that's gonna be right before Christmas that you gotta kind of save for. So
oh yeah,
right now, it's just making sure I got all that stuff set aside. So when I go to
exactly.
TFCon, we'll be good to go.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So and you're driving, so you'll be able to stock your car up real big. So that's nice.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yep. Got a big truck. I mean, big trunk. So yeah,
Oh
we'll
yeah,
be looking good.
nice, very nice. So as far as cookies, do you like crunchy or soft cookies? If you eat,
Well,
I know
seeing
you
that
eat cookies now, but if you was eating cookies.
uh, it's Girl Scout season right now, man. So probably probably Thin Mint, so crunchy.
Okay,
Yeah.
crunchy, nice, very nice. All right. So what? Okay, so Transformers been around for about 35 years, give or take. 35 years plus anything.
Yeah, yeah.
So if what would you like to see from Transformers to keep you intrigued? For another 35 years. What would you like to see? Like as far as movies or cartoons or anything. What would you like to see for Transformers to keep going on to go another 30 something years?
A reboot of the G1 cartoon with the same story almost, but just better animation.
Okay. Now, would
I
you
know it'd be hard to pull off, but yeah.
well, would you want to reboot or would you want to maybe start off from the ending of G1 and maybe go from that?
Yeah, so I think that'll be the way to go. Um, because of the way it ended. Like the headmaster's there just flying off, and like it left us on a huge cliffhanger.
Hmm.
But I think they still would need to do some flashbacks and give you some, you know what I mean, catch you up. You know?
Okay, nice. Well, so would you be interested in? And I've asked this before. Would you be interested in like a whole new like crew, like start from scratch? New characters. Still good versus evil and everything, but a whole new character and thing. Would you be something interested in that?
Yeah, I enjoyed. Um, I enjoyed, and I know this is not a popular opinion, but wasn't it the trilogies that they just had on Mishima? So
Okay, yeah,
Tower of the
Titan
Prime,
Returns and
Titan
Combat
Returns.
Wars. Yeah. Hmm.
Yep, and Combine Awards. I enjoyed those. And so seeing a little bit of a different character, and I never read the comics, so
Hmm.
if they weren't on a cartoon, I knew nothing about them.
Yeah.
So seeing what was her name? God dog it, that's gonna suck.
Windblade.
Yes, Windblade.
Yeah.
Thank you. And then
Hmm.
also the young lady who was a part of the council. Seeing those two
Okay.
new characters was pretty cool. And seeing their involvement. I mean, the show pretty much centered around Windblade. She was the centerpiece,
Yeah.
and and that it was also cool that she was like a fan created character, fan voted character to
Yeah.
give you that toy. So that was
Hmm.
it's pretty cool, man. So yeah, I'd be all for that. I'd be all for that, no doubt.
Nice. Now, Are you also looking forward to the Netflix stuff coming out in 2020? Are you with the
Yes,
Siege stuff? I know you don't
absolutely.
collect the Chug mainline stuff, but have you have you had a chance to maybe even touch some of the Siege stuff? Have you been interested in any of that stuff?
Yeah, so I want to buy the um the add-on kits, like the weaponizers. So
Hmm.
like COG, I want to get that to go
Yeah,
with Fort Max. Six shot, not six shot.
six gun. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
close.
60 gun.
Yeah,
Yeah, 60 gun.
with
I want to get
Metroplex.
that.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
to go with Metroplex, and then the one for Tripticon. I think his name's Brute or
Yeah, Brute. Is it Brute or Brunt? Maybe Brute. Something
Brunt.
like.
That's it.
Yeah. Okay.
So I
Yeah.
want to get that to go with it. But yeah, I got a chance to see some of them. Not really mess with them, but I got a chance to see some of them, and they look really cool. That side swipe is dope.
Yeah.
That
Hmm.
thing looks phenomenal. And
Oh
then
yeah.
I got a chance to. Somebody was messing with them on a hangout, so I'm like, man, the articulation on that thing is pretty dope.
Yeah, they're better, a lot better than what we've gotten and everything. And then they're up in price, and everybody's up in uproar. I'm just like, you want them to do better, but it's going
Mm-hmm.
to cost more.
Mm-hmm.
And leading into that, let me ask you this question: what do you think of the fandom? So at the moment, what like are do you? do you read the Facebook groups? Do you try to? I'm
Hmm.
sure you probably don't try to, mess. I don't. I don't. I read it, but I don't. I'll sit there and I'll type out something for like a paragraph, and then I'm just like, do I really want to get in the middle of this? And I just delete it all.
Right.
So, what do you think of the state of the fandom is right now?
So I'm learning to take your approach. I'll just say that. You go to type something and you're like, nah, I'm just gonna stay out of it,
Yeah,
and don't even react. Like you can react on Facebook. Like I'm not even gonna react because people are reading to that.
yeah,
Um, so with that being said, I think the fandom as a whole um can be pretty toxic, but
hmm.
I think overall, like there's smaller groups of people who can be. I mean, we all like what we like and we love what we love, so you
Hmm.
can see the passion there. But the smaller groups, I think, is where it's at for me. You can.
Okay.
I'm more of a people person. I like personalities and stuff like that, and I would like to get personal with things. So I think the smaller groups is where it's at for me. But I think the TF community is a very entitled community at times.
That great word to put. A great word, and it's sad. It really is sad that they think they're entitled to all the. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You can spend an hour talking about that stuff and everything. So,
yeah.
how did you find the ROC, or did the ROC find you?
So TFCon Rest in 2017. I'm there. Me and my best friend down there, Anthony. Shout out to Anthony. Um, my wife bought me the tickets. Obviously, she couldn't go, so I go and I take my homie, and we're there. And I met this cool seller down there. I forgot the guy's name, but we were in the elevator and talking and everything. And then he was like, "Man, come by my table and just chop it up with me. I'm sure I'm gonna be a little bored because I don't have everything that everybody wants." So, I
Right.
find them. I bought two GI Joes from him, and that was pretty much it. So then I see him in the elevator going up, and he's like, "Man, what you about to get into?" And I'm like, "Man, we about to turn in for the night. It's already kind of like 9:30, 10 o'clock ish." He's like,
Mhm.
"No, you're coming up here with me." And it was one of Hanny's parties.
Oh,
So we go up
okay.
there. Hanny's get together. The ROC are all there. Skullface is there. I don't know none of these guys.
It's like, oh,
um,
look at all these weird people. Jesus.
yeah, so it was cool, man. But and that's where I met The Rock. We got to talking and hanging out and laughing and joking. And then somebody was like, "Yeah, man, you should check us out. We're the Realm of Collectors, yada yada yada." And the
Hmm.
rest is history.
Yeah.
I seen Dust making the drinks, and we got to kick it for a little bit. And
Yeah.
then I met Chris on Sunday, and it's hard to miss Chris, right? Like he's this
Oh
tall,
yeah.
big, tall guy.
Yeah.
I met him and thanked him personally for welcoming me to the group, and the
Oh
rest
yeah.
is history. The rest is history, man.
Very nice. Yeah, there's a lot of great people in the Rock, the RLC, whatever you call it. But it's a good group, and it's just that's what the main reasons why I go to TFCon is just to hang out with people like that, and people, fans of Shattercast and everything, all that stuff, and it's a good time, really good times. Cool, cool
Yeah,
beats.
man.
So, does anybody in the chat have any questions for this wonderful man? I'll read it off to him and everything. Like Josh Fisher's in there, T Man's still in there. I think Josh Fisher's pushing some Girl Scout cookies as usual. So he's like, he's got a digital store open for another 2 hours, so that's good. Everything.
Nice.
But before, if anybody asks you a question, let me ask you one last question. I'll ask. So, where do you see, from 5 years now, where do you see the photography group or your photographs? What do you see that as far as 5 years? Do you hope to maybe go somewhere with it, or is it just something fun you like to do and to relax and everything?
For me, it's a hobby, and it's a relaxing hobby. It's if it becomes a job, cool. It would be great.
Mhm.
If it happens that way, but that would also mean that I've gotten really good enough to actually be seen, and somebody wants to pay me for my work. But yeah, man, it's in the next 5 years. I'm hoping we hit 1,000 plus members.
Nice.
Um,
I hope
we
so.
got we have we have reviewers and everyone asking those guys to come out and shoot their work. Companies
Mhm.
reaching out to guys in that group, and people just overall having fun. And if somebody can take that they learn from us something from us in that
Yeah.
group, and apply it, and it helped them, whether it be in a hobby or land a side gig somewhere.
Hmm.
That's my goal. That's what I'm hoping.
Nice, nice. And where do you see your collection in 5 years?
Finished.
Yeah, I'm done. Now, well, let me ask you. I don't. Nobody's asking anything. So, do you trade in like let's say like if you had like older stuff, like take Astro Train. I know you're going to trade up for the Fans Toys one. Do you normally do that? Do you use placeholders basically, or are some of those stuff placeholders for you?
Not anymore. It used to be, but not anymore. Now, if there's something newer, something better coming out,
Hmm.
then that figure that I hold in my collection becomes an alt mode. Or if
Okay.
it's like, I'll give you a prime example. I bought both of the Bad Cube Lambos from Jose,
Okay. Yeah.
and they're different enough to where you can put them on a shelf together. But I left my MP Plus side swipe
Hmm.
and robot mode, and I put that Lambo from Bad Cube on the shelf in alt mode.
Okay. Yeah.
So red alerts in robot mode, and his alt mode from Takara is in on the shelf in the Lambo mode. So
Gotcha. So
that makes
basically,
sense.
do the just kind of approach, kind of a little bit,
Yeah.
not all the way, but just whenever something new. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, my goal is to double up,
Okay.
but I've had more opportunities as of late to do so, especially when it dries up during Chinese New Year.
Okay. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. That's good. Nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Fisher asked something. He said, "With the rise of X Transbots to the top, where do you see Fans Toys in 5 years?" Basically, where do you see? Basically, where do you see everything in 5 years?
So Josh and I get into this little mini debate all the time. He swears Fans Toys is overrated. And
I wouldn't put it past him. I might be on that boat too. I'm not saying I love Fans Toys, but they have their kryptonite. They have some weakness in there. So,
but he barely owns any Fans Toys stuff. So like I mess with him all the time. Like your opinion doesn't matter, but no, Josh is
oh,
my guy,
Josh, your
man.
opinion doesn't matter. He
That's
said,
that's
"Love
my
you."
guy.
Yeah.
I love him. But no, to answer his question, you got to give and X Transbots a lot of credit
Oh, I
over the
do.
past 2 years. They have become one of the most formidable forces in the third party community, hands
Hmm.
down. Their quality has gotten better. Their sculpts have always been there, but even those have gotten better.
Yep.
Some of their color choices, maybe not so much, just crack rock. But
Eh, yeah.
but you got to give them credit. So they are a strong number two in my book when it comes down to figures. But I'm hoping Fans Toys will um, increase some of their stuff. I don't mind a difficult transformation. Actually, that's fun for me.
Okay.
I guess that's the engineering training that I have and that's the engineering brain that I have.
Yeah.
Um, always want to tinker and mess with stuff and see if I can, get it back together. But yeah, man, I love it. I love it, and I think they will get better, and I'm hoping they will get better because they've proven that they can nail sculpts in all modes. They've had some few setbacks. Hoodlum was probably not their best release. I love it. I mean, I like it,
Uh-huh.
but it could have been better. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Yeah. And Extraterrestrial, I love ever since Clateau, their Clateau, whatever, their
Yeah.
Cosmos, and I'm so excited for their Stunticons. I think they're really good. And Josh said Crack Rock is toy accurate though, toy accurate. So
Yeah, we argue about that all the time too. I'm a G1 Tune guy. He's the toy
okay,
guy. So
gotcha.
he can have that color.
And T Man just said he got extra info skids, and it's awesome. Yeah, I love except for the little gimpy arm. It's kind of a
Yeah.
little weak arm, but yeah, skids I really liked, and I actually like the silver one they did. Though they put a new head on. I forgot his name.
Yeah. Yeah. It started with an H or something like that, or
Well,
it was some regular
yeah,
name.
E Hobby one or something. Yeah, but it
Yeah.
looked pretty good. But yeah, skids is a really good one. Um,
Yeah.
let's see. Let's
I
see.
own that skids. I picked it up at TFCon last year, but I got the limpy shoulder.
Okay, yeah, mine too. I mean, it was it the right one? I think if you look
Mine was the left, but it's the
on
left
the left one.
shoulder. It's left on him, but right on us.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, cool. But yeah, skids and what else they got coming up? Their third one should be coming out. The third Stunticon should be, I think, Drag Strip. I think is next. I think, or is it Dead End? One of
That
those.
thing looks phenomenal.
Yeah. I wish they would release their sea spray. I don't have a sea spray, so I've been looking forward to
Mm.
theirs, but I mean, I don't know when they're going to do that. So, we'll see.
Yeah, they got that, and they teased the resin for their cup, and they got some work to do on that.
Yeah, exactly. So, what did you think? Well, nobody's asking me. What did you think the third party reveals at the LA TFCon?
One of the best we've seen in a while. Um,
Yeah,
I think I think 2018 was Chicago, right? It was a letdown. That is normally one of the highlights of TFCon as a ticket holder, right? So like you go to the third party panel excited because you
yeah,
know next year you're gonna spend some money. And
exactly. Yeah,
it was a lit down. But yeah, Zeta's doing a really good job.
yeah, they are.
Advanced Toys with their Astro Train, which I hope doesn't get the Blitzwing treatment. But they showed their Stunticons, and I mean, no, they didn't show their Stunticons actually. No, I don't think they did. Right?
Yeah, no,
Not
they showed the
they
aerial
did.
bots and the
Okay.
Decepticons. Yeah,
Yes, they did. They showed them combined. That's right.
yeah.
So, yeah, it was exciting, man. And just some of the newer companies coming. You know, I'm always happy to see competition in the game because
Oh yeah,
it means fans are they have more options.
yeah. And it makes the bigger companies try to be, like fan stores, whatever. They try to make them better. If
Hmm.
competition always is always good, I think, to everything. Are you in
Absolutely.
on Zeta? Have you gone in on the Zeta stuff?
Yeah, I have the Bruticus and I have the Superion for sure.
Nice.
Um, and I had the leg issue, so I bought the add-on kit for Bruticus
Oh, the
from
Swindle.
Hospital Figures. Yeah, yep,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah. I saw you
Did
and the
you
Chris
did
talking
you
about
have
that.
that issue? Are you in on those?
I did. What is there an upgrade kit for it? I didn't know there was.
Well, there's a company called Powerful Figures that made a 3D print of an add-on kit, and it's really good. I actually sent it to Bobby, and I don't know if he had a chance to catch up on it because he was doing some work in the basement. But yeah, man,
Can you order it, or is it like
yeah,
order to
you can
made or
order it.
made to order?
You can order it. I'll find the link and send it to you.
Okay, yeah, please do. Yeah, mine's kind of gimpy. I mean, it's if you try to manipulate it a little bit, it'll come loose and everything. And
Yep.
yeah, it's a weak connection, I think, to me, to be honest. But overall, I mean, it's a wonderful figure. I think Superion's a lot better,
Yeah.
as far as that. But it's still a great, still a good combiner. And I love Zeta. I'm happy for the Predator King. Raiden, I was kind of upset. I'm not really a big, Raiden fan, or not a big Victory or Master Force, whatever they are. But
Hmm.
that does look really good. The foot what they showed. I was hoping
Hmm.
for a Defensor. I was
Me
really
too.
hoping for. Oh, I wanted a Defensor, or even Copytron. I would have took a Copytron too. I think they're
Yes. Yeah. We need an upgrade on
yeah,
Capitan. We have two figures right now that they just. I mean, the scales have been changed, right? So
yeah.
I mean, one Make Toys did theirs for the Chug line, but Warbotron was originally supposed to be closer to the MP scale.
Yeah,
It felt like.
it's small.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
did a comparison with all those stuff, man. The MMC, the Predator King. I put all those up against to it, and it's not even close. It's not
Yep.
even close. And Josh Fisher goes leg issues. Walk it off, Bruticus. That's so true. Nobody can. You know what? You can never grap about anything about leg issues because Josh will always have you on that and everything. So
Oh yeah. Yep. I suck it up, man. I'm not complaining.
yeah. Oh, he was Mr. Robbins. Oh, he was in Headmasters. I thought Raiden was Master Force.
He was in both.
Was he?
So,
Okay.
yep,
Okay.
he was in Headmasters and Master Forces, but I think he started in the Headmasters.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. I knew he was in Master Force, but I did not know he was in Headmasters. Huh, nice. Um, let's see. I want to do on to Defensor. Yeah. I want Zeta to do all the combiners. Even what are the Abominus? I would love them to do
Yes,
Abominus. I mean,
yeah.
all of them. I mean, I don't care. I think a lot of
The
people want
Seacons,
which one? Oh,
the
yeah.
Seacons.
Oh, nice. Very nice. See, I didn't, I went on the TFC stuff like earlier. I had the Superion and who else did I have? I had another one, and they don't hold up anymore. They're really floppy and everything. Did you ever go in on the TFC combiners?
Yeah, when I first got into collecting those, because I mean that was probably like the my initial run with third party. Actually,
Hmm.
Fans Toys, Quakewave was, but
Okay.
when I started seeing the combiners out there, I'm like, oh yeah, I want that Hercules. It was just expensive, but then I caught a sale on the Superion, and that thing was
Yeah,
floppy.
I saw mine. I saw that it was a mess. It was just mess. And I think I had another one. I forgot which one it was. I still have the MMC Predator King, and it's fine. I mean, it's starting to flop around too. I think
Hmm.
so. That's another good question to ask you. Do you believe in parts forming, or do you not care? Or I mean, do you not want it in Transformers?
I think for masterpiece, it's the way to go. You need
Nice.
that, especially for, well, you need it for stability and scale. And
Yeah.
Zeta has shown that.
Yeah.
Zeta Toy World, they've shown you need that for stability and scale.
Yeah. I agree. And do you have the constructor, the Toy World constructor?
I do. I got the V2 box set, and that thing is a thing of beauty. Actually, it's sitting over there in the corner.
Yeah, mine is right there. Your
Yep,
point out there.
that's it.
I have actually two. I know they have like 13 out right now or something, but I have two. I'm actually one of the, and we've always joked on Sharecast, like we want to meet that one guy that are the guys that have every one of them that are getting all of them. I want to see that person.
Shout out to Rogue War.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? No, I don't think he. I think he may have two. I don't know. He
I
may only
think
have
he
one.
has more than two. I
Does he
think he has
really?
more than two. I know Afflete has more than. No, I think Afflete has two. But
Wow.
I think Rogor has at least three. And then my friend Matt Brasier, he's in the realm, but he lives here in Michigan. He had three. He had the
Wow.
yellow, the green one, and he bought the orange one. And I couldn't understand why he bought that orange one, but
That's
that's a
hardcore,
story
man.
for another
I
day.
have the original and I have the clear. I love clear Transformers. I have the clear green
You
one.
got the Jolly Rancher.
Yes, so lickable, so good. That was you know what? That's one of my best reviews I ever did. I did comparison with them too. I didn't do the whole thing, but I did a comparison with them too. It was a fun, but yeah, I have that clear green one, and there's a clear orange one, I think. And I was like,
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm so good. And they got the new one with the like the
The weathered.
well the weather, but there's the new like limited like cell shading
Oh
one.
yeah,
Dude, that thing's like
and
800 bucks, man.
that's crazy. That's
I think
crazy.
it was 800 bucks. I saw the price. I was like, come on. But I think there was only like 300 made. But I'm just like, it's not
They've
limited
already
anymore.
milked this, man. They've already milked this mold. So
Yeah.
like,
Well, I mean, and that's sad, because Toy World was on a roll. I mean, they were probably going to be, what Zeta was. Zeta broke away, but I
hmm
think if Toy World and Zeta would stay together, they would be, what Zeta is now.
hmm
The go-to combiner thing and everything. And it just sucks that
yep,
they're on top for a little while and then poof. I mean, now they're making movie stuff that we're only in the movies for like 5 minutes.
yep.
Like,
They try to make fill-in characters.
yeah, and it's like, oh, come on now. But and Constructor was so good, but I
It
think that
was.
was because it was so good because of Zeta. It was the reason why it was so good.
Yeah. Well, I also think this, and I don't know how popular this opinion is, but if Zeta and Toy World would have stuck together, I think the plastic materials on Bruticus would have been a little better too.
That's a good point. That I think it would have been too. Yeah,
Yeah. Because
nice.
Constructor's plastic is
Oh,
solid.
yeah, it's solid, solid. I mean, you could knock out a human being with that damn thing.
Yep. It's a brick.
So Mark 44 Prime, which is a good dude. I've had him on. He's a really good dude. Um,
Michigan guy. Let's
oh
go.
yeah, oh yeah, he is. Yeah, and you up by Nerd Out too. Are you
hmm
are you close to them fellas?
Yeah, they're literally a city over from me. I think they're in
Okay. Oh
Ferndale, so they're
yeah.
like a city over from me.
Okay, good dudes. I've had them on too. Really nice guys. I hope
Nice.
they're going to TFCon too. I'm sure they will.
Oh yeah, they'll
Um,
be there.
he asked, "What's a grail that you have acquired? What's a grail piece that you have acquired or have not acquired?" So have you
Oh,
get one before, or what is one of your grail pieces that you have not gotten to take up?
um, the one that I haven't gotten. Oh, that's tough. Oh,
No, that's
probably.
hard.
Yeah, it is hard. It is hard. Um, hmm. For a while, for a while, it was the wind charger. I couldn't find one anywhere.
Oh,
From
the
that
X-Trans bot?
transplant. Yep, I
Okay.
couldn't find one anywhere. I had almost all the mini bots, but wind charger, and Warpath. But shout out to Dust and Dave for hooking me up with those. I
Yeah.
still want the Tune Color wind charger, and that would be my grail. And I know it's out there right now,
Hmm.
but I don't think it's a priority now at this point since I have a wind charger. If that makes sense, I've been
Yeah.
putting my money towards something else.
Nice. Very nice. Cool. Bumblebree's Transformer Reviews asked, "What's your favorite color?" That's a good question.
Um,
I should ask people that.
yeah, it's red.
Red. Okay. Fair
Yeah,
enough. And you're a Pistons
red.
fan. So are you a Detroit? Are you a Detroit Lions fan?
No.
Who you a fan of? Please don't say the Cowboys. Please do not say the
No, I wouldn't want to get put off your show. So no,
Cowboys. No, I've had some
no,
Cowboy fans.
I've never liked the Cowboys. But
Okay.
I am a New England Patriot fan.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah,
That's fine.
yeah.
There.
Tom Brady, Michigan ties.
Yeah. That's.
The rest
Oh
is
yeah.
history.
Yeah. That is true. I
Yeah.
forgot. I forgot he went to Michigan. Yeah. He was a. Was he a seventh rounder? He was like a sixth.
He was the last pick, right? Mr. Irrelevant,
I
or
don't
the
think he
second to
was
the
the
last.
last pick, but I think he was a seventh rounder. Is it
Yeah,
either
he
late
was.
sixth
He
or
was.
early seventh?
He was in the seventh round, the last round,
Okay.
because he talks about it, and he talks about it, and they did a 30 for 30. So, or not
Okay.
a 30 for 30, but a quick little interview. But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. And Mr. Fisher goes, who wins best of the seven series? The 80s rules, the 89-90 Bad Boys Pistons, or the last cash team to win in the NBA Finals with LeBron?
Oh,
Come on.
come on,
That's
guys.
not even close. Come on now.
Who asked that
Dude,
question?
the Pistons would have bitch slapped LeBron around. It wouldn't even been funny. Come on. That's not even a funny. That's not even a funny question. Come on, Fisher.
Yeah, yeah.
You're better than that.
So that's no. I know why Josh is asking that because he knows I'm a huge LeBron fan. But yeah, I got to go with the Pistons, no doubt.
Oh, they would have. Come on
Yeah,
now,
it's not even
Lambeer and
close.
Thomas and man, who else was on that? Was Rodman on the 89-90? I don't think he
Yep.
was. Oh,
No,
was he?
Rodman was there. Yep, Rodman was
Okay.
there. You got Rodman. Rick Mahorn was there. He got traded the
Yeah.
year, I think the year after or the year before, but he got back 89-90.
Nice.
And then you got Lambert, Vinnie Johnson, Mark McGuire,
Yeah.
Duke
Oh,
Barnes, and Isaiah.
come
Yeah,
on now. The
it's
Cavs would
not
not
even
even had
close.
a chance.
They
Now,
would have been
okay.
swept.
Yeah, well, I gotta say, but I had to say something to be on the Cavs side too. It matters what era they would play in. If they would have
That's
played
true.
back in the '80s, easy. But you couldn't play like that now.
That's true. That's very true.
So I don't know. That's a good question. Okay, I'm sorry, Josh. That was actually a good question. If you look at it in two ways, you can't play basketball like that anymore. It's not even, there's a lot of ticky tack fouls. So,
Yeah.
hmm,
I think in this era, the closest thing that LeBron had to playing that type of defense is when he lit up my Pistons in 2000 and I want to say 2006.
hmm,
When they kept zoning against him and he kept breaking their zone and I seen it happen and like I would literally tell my wife we're watching the game together. She's a huge sports fan, by the way, like
okay,
basketball for sure. And
nice.
I'm like, yo, like he keeps crashing his zone and they keep doing it. Now watch him come and do this. That's the closest I think he's had to playing that type of team defense, like the
Hmm.
Pistons used to play in a long
Yeah,
time.
nice. My wife she never was a sports fan, but until she got with me, and then I turned her on to the football. She loves football now. She's always wanted to go. Like when I told her that the TFCon is going to be in Reston again, she's like, "Oh, are the Redskins going to play that week?" So I'm hoping maybe the Redskins play, and we can go check out a game again. So
Yeah, nice,
that'd be pretty
nice.
cool. So she's a
Yeah.
big football fan now. Not
Hey,
really
maybe
basketball.
maybe if they get a Thursday night game, you guys can fly in on Thursday morning.
I hope so. We're flying in Thursday. I got the room for Thursday through Sunday. I may change it to Monday or something. I don't know. It matters what I'm trying to see if I'll be out of school. I graduate next semester. Trying to get a
Congrats.
summer. Thank you. I'm trying to get a job for the summer and see if I can start working. And if I'm working, then I don't know if I'll be able to go or not. But I've reserved the room just in case. So I'm hoping. But
Yeah.
I'd love to go see a Redskin game again. Have you ever gone to see the Patriots play?
Yeah, I saw them when they played preseason against the Lions.
Okay. Eh,
Yep.
not really a gang, but that's cool. I would
Yeah, it's not the same, but I mean, hey, I still got to see Coach Belichick and stuff on the sideline, so it was
yeah.
pretty cool. But
Nice.
back to the school thing real quick. Again,
Yeah.
congrats. And I start back school here pretty soon myself, man. So
Oh,
I
really?
get
What are
to
you going
start.
for?
I'm going for business administration for
Oh,
to
nice.
help out our foundation. We have a sickle cell disease foundation. So
Oh, yeah, yeah. You want to talk about that? I'm sorry. Yeah, I totally forgot. Yeah, talk about that if you want to.
oh, it's all good. It's all good, man. I was loving the flow. It's all good, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, so my wife and I started a sickle cell disease foundation. It's called Kennedy's Village.
Hmm.
Our daughter Kennedy is named after in her honor. She is 2 years old now, and she was born with sickle cell disease, which is a genetic blood disorder, a blood
Hmm.
disease that causes your red blood cells to form in the shape of a sickle. They can
Oh, okay.
start to, yeah, they can pool up in your blood vessels and start to cause pain crises. It
Hmm.
also weakens your immune system. So, as a kid with sickle cell, you got to be really careful of germs and stuff like that. And then
Right.
also, if your temperature changes too much on the outside or the inside, if it's too cold outside or too cold on the inside or too cold outside, vice versa.
Yeah.
You got to be really careful because that can cause a pain crisis as well. But yeah, man, we've had this foundation for almost 2 years. We've been able to help many of people out. We did our first toy drive last year and it was
Yeah.
successful.
Yep.
And this year we're on track. Well, our goal is to raise $50,000
Oh,
to do
nice.
a bridge grant for
Okay.
research. And sickle cell disease, man, is really common, but it's very underfunded. So
Hmm.
we figure we can get in and do our parts, man.
Yeah, you made. Yeah, I mean, I did the with the toy drive and everything. Y'all made the goal correct. I know y'all made the goal,
Oh, we
didn't
did.
you? Yeah.
Oh, yes,
Very
we
nice.
did.
Very
Yeah.
nice. Are y'all doing it? So are y'all doing another one this year? Or what are y'all doing towards that? Are y'all doing anything? Anything y'all need? I would love to help and everything.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So we're going to do it again this year. We'll probably start it late October,
Okay.
get a better jump on it this year than we did last year. So yeah, we'll definitely do it again this year, and we'll
Okay.
we'll put information on our website, which is www.kennedysvillage.org, or you can
Okay.
follow us on Facebook at Kennedy's Village or Instagram as well, and Twitter at Kennedy's Village. But yeah, we're definitely going to do it again this year. We got a couple fundraisers coming up this year. We're going to
Okay.
do a bowling alley fundraiser, and
Oh, that'd be
um,
fun.
yeah, man. So that's the goal. Put $50,000 in somebody's account to go research for sickle cell,
Yeah.
and then we'll do the toy drive towards the end of this year, and we're hoping to partner with more people this year.
Nice. And she's doing okay. I'm hoping she's doing fine.
Yeah, she's doing good. She had a,
Good.
a partial spleen removal back in November, man, and
Mm.
she's such a warrior. She's such a
Good.
warrior. She
Good.
inspires me to keep moving, my wife to keep moving, and
Yeah.
my wife is the brains behind the operation. I just do
They
my
always
part.
are. They always are. My wife, yeah. When people ask me questions, I'm like, yeah, talk to my wife. I don't
Yeah.
really don't bother me. But that's awesome. I'm very happy, and she'll get past it. She's gonna live a long, healthy life. I mean, it's gonna be awesome.
That's
Everything.
the goal, man. That's
Yeah.
the goal.
Cool. Very cool. Well, I think we've done our 30 minutes. So tell them where they can find you at, and like you said, if you want to, mention the sickle cell stuff also again,
Yeah.
please do and everything. Everybody needs to, be aware of this stuff. It's very, very moving and everything.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So you can find me at Eric and Siobhan Burgess. That's Eric N. Siobhan Burgess on Facebook and on Instagram, Twitter, and our website at Kennedy's Village and kennedysvillage.org.
Nice, nice. And you can find you at the photography,
That's
the
right.
masterpiece photography
That's
thing.
right.
Which we'll
That's
we'll
right.
get that more stuff out and everything. But dude, thank you so much. I know we've been, I've been trying to get you on, and everything, and we just, times difference and all that stuff and everything and all that stuff. But I really appreciate you coming on. It was an honor having you on. I had a
Yeah.
wonderful time. You're welcome back anytime. Anytime you want to come back on, I have to make some new questions for you. But anytime you want to come back on, I would love to have you on and everything. And hopefully we can see you at TFCon and everything. And I'll always
Yeah,
stay in
man.
touch with you and everything, all that good stuff. So thank you very
Yeah,
much.
man. Thanks for having me, Deluxe. I appreciate it.
No problem, no problem at all. And thank y'all very much, as always, in the chat. Y'all kept it cool. Kept asking a lot of questions, and really appreciate that because I really love doing this. You get the chance to meet people that normally you would not meet, or even talk to or anything. So, just a good way to meet people out in the fandom and everything. So, appreciate everything. Hit that like button as always. It helps the channel. And I guess I'll see you on the next around 30 minutes. And as always, Hell Hasbro, and good night, folks.
Peace.
All right.